Welcome back. Today, police prosecutors were expected to haul a 32-year-old man before the courts on murder charges in connection to the shooting death of Eugene Woodside and Dennis Moss. That was back in 2017. Also, Percy Pickering, a man accused of murder who fled to Miami, Florida, was brought back to the Bahamas on Thursday through coordination with the U.S. law enforcement agencies and the embassy. His return coincides with the upcoming 7th anniversary of 8-year-old Eugene Woodside's death, a child Pickering is accused of killing on September 25, 2017. Reports say, or the reports say, little Eugene was inside his Chippenham home doing his schoolwork when gunfire tore through the wooden home, claiming his life. Another man was also fatally shot during that incident. Police on Andros are investigating the circumstances surrounding an alleged drowning incident involving an adult male. Preliminary reports indicate that shortly after 3 p.m. on Sunday, police were alerted to a body of a male found unresponsive on the shoreline of a beach in Low Sound, Andros. That's North Andros. Meanwhile, a woman and a child drowned around the same time in incidents on 2 separate islands in the northern Bahamas. Just before 2 p.m. on Saturday, on Grand Bahama, a 5-year-old boy drowned in a swimming pool at a residential complex off Albacore Drive in the eastern Grand Bahama area. And on Abaco, at the Union Jack Public Dock, a 35-year-old woman from Florida, United States, she also drowned. When police got to the dock, the woman was receiving CPR from a relative, but they were not able to resuscitate her, and she died on the scene. Police are investigating, and they are continuing investigations into each of these incidents, where an autopsy will be conducted to determine the exact cause of death in each case. The Department of Environmental Health Services, under the direction of Minister for Environment and Natural Resources, Vaughn Miller, is spearheading another round of removing derelict vehicles in recognition of World Cleanup Day. Miller joined members of Parliament for Golden Gates, Pierre Glover Roll, and Yamacraw, Zane Lightbourne, who is also the Minister of State for the Environment. The 3 members of Parliament met at Sunshine Park in the Golden Gates constituency to officially begin the cleanup effort that also includes Yamacraw, Angliston, Fox Hill, and the Adelaide constituencies. Mrs. Miller, or that Mrs. Glover Roll rather, shared her thoughts on the initiative.
This morning on Sunshine Park, we have the removal of derelict vehicles once again, and I say once again because it seems as if as we move vehicles, within short order, more vehicles are found in special locations like the airport. Lightbourne is here this morning leading the charge, ensuring that not only Golden Gates but areas across the island are being, in terms of derelict vehicle removal, are being.
Mr. Lightbourne not only shared his satisfaction with the initiative, but urged the public to do your part in maintaining a cleaner community.
And it's just very deeply concerning that we would come back and see cars placed in spots that we would have already moved cars from. This is not a parking space. We want the residents to know that the park is not for parking vehicles, and if you have an outdoor garage and you're extending into the parks, they will be removed. And so we're asking for cooperation so that we don't have to go to this extent where we're actually removing cars continually, especially off the same spot, because the liquids are leaking into the ground. The rats are coming in, finding places to hide. People are hiding drugs and weapons in some particular cases. And also
Minister Miller shed more light on the efforts, adding that resources are available to the public to report environmental violations.
As World Cleanup Day is being celebrated tomorrow, Saturday the 21st, today it's recognized by the United Nations, but it's actually being celebrated tomorrow with a number of activities, as I said earlier, in the Golden Isles constituency, where we'll be mainly in the Adelaide area, working along with the group, the Rotary Club. Also we'll be in the Angliston area, Fox Hill, and Yamacraw, and we invite in persons all over New Providence to please come out, participate, and help us to make our island clean and green. If you see something, please, we're advising you, we're admonishing you, call and say something. 302-5240.
Okay, if you see something, but can you say if you see persons throwing this out, if you see persons
littering, if you see persons throwing things out of their vehicles, if you see persons abandoning or dumping these derelict vehicles, if you see persons being, could I say nasty? If you see
The cleanup initiative was also supported by JCN's Operation Love Your Country. And finally, Wednesday was the official opening of Bishop Neil Ellis's library and museum that displays all of his accomplishments in addition to other great books and awards by talented Bahamian individuals and companies. Prime Minister Philip Davis was in attendance at Mount Tabor and had nothing but good words to say about Bishop Ellis.
I just express my own delight to be here to honor a good friend. I think I met Bishop Ellis many years ago when he joined Toastmasters Club 1095. And that was many, many years ago. And that's when we were very much involved in that club.
Bishop Ellis expressed his gratitude to everyone showing up to celebrate the occasion.
First of all, let me thank all of you for braving it and coming through the storm to be here with us this afternoon. You don't know how touched I am by your pressing power today. Prime Minister, Mr. Deputy, leaders of the Cabinet, members of the clergy, Mr. President, brothers and sisters, all of us, and of course, everybody who Dr. Roma recognized. I attach myself to that. I am here. I'm not going to say much today other than to say, first of all, I want to thank the initiators of this project. I was not the initiator. As a matter of fact, when they told me about it, they were almost 50% completed. And I'm glad they did, because there were some things I could have helped them with afterward.
On behalf of the Free National Movement, Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Shannon Dawn Cartwright, was also in attendance in support of Bishop Ellis and the new library and museum. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.